Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today in Colorado on the Where's Shmee US Edition Tour. Today to meet up with the man with the most trusted beard in automotive news, Mr. Life of Palos. We're actually going to be going out for a drive. I'm going to be taking the GT500 and also his straight-piped Ferrari FF as we go up to Pikes Peak to the summit at about 14,000 feet, 4,300 meters, a very significant automotive venue, and having had that car at Daytona Beach not all that long ago, pretty cool to now take it up towards the clouds, the famous race to the clouds at Pikes Peak. But I can tell you now, when we hear this FF starting up, which just so happens to be straight piped, I can guarantee it is instantly going to give me cravings for another Ferrari naturally aspirated V12 in the garage. So I'm looking forward in a moment to the cold start. Aaron, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you, man?
Very good, great to actually meet you for the first time. We have spoken about so many things in the past, different things that have been in your videos.
Yes.
But I'm now here with you, with your cars, going out for
Colorado,
a drive.
man.
Thank you ever so much, thank you. So I mean, here in your garage, you have three pretty cool cars. You've got a Raptor, you've got the FF, and you've got a not so standard 570S as well.
Yeah, I think we're finally gonna have everything straight piped here very soon, but this one is straight piped, that one, it's got the Vorsteiner and the 1016 hood, all that kind of jazz.
Lovely. And your FF, which, as I think everyone will know, I'm a big fan of, having previously owned an FF and a Lusso.
One of the reasons why I bought the FF after watching all the videos, talking about how much you enjoyed it, And
do you love it?
I love it, it's great.
Fantastic car, isn't it? 6.3 litre, naturally aspirated V12, all of the horses, and I think all of the sound.
Yes, oh my God, it's so loud after the straight pipe.
Can we take a listen?
Absolutely.
Can we get ourselves a cold start of this in the garage? I think it's going to make my GT500 start to sound quite quiet.
Maybe a little bit. We'll see.
In comparison, this is the kind of stand well back and prepare to protect the ears. All right, is it time?
Yep, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. And the way it cracks. With the FF switched off for a moment, we're going to have a startup of the GT500, but in comparison, this normally very loud car is probably going to be quite quiet. Let's do it from the key. I mean, it's not quiet, but I can actually hear myself think over that one. Significantly different. We're going to take the two cars out then, go for a drive, have a quick bite to eat on the way, and then head up to Pikes Peak. This is frankly absurd. Also spitting out from the exhaust. What are we listening to? Out into the sunshine. White paint with the design as well. Aaron's done the design on the car. Black and yellow matching with the wheels and the Scuderia shields. This is gonna be cool. This is just going to be the most awesome of days. I can tell you now, we're heading over in that kind of direction towards the mountains. You can see the snow-capped peaks. We've checked in advance that Pikes Peak is open today, but of course the famous race to the clouds at Pikes Peak has been, well, shattering records every year. All of the big names have been going out, lots of manufacturers supporting it. The road is now asphalt all the way to the top. It used to be a mix of gravel as well. But I'm looking forward to hearing what that sounds like under load, because I can tell you, when we had the windows open just a moment ago, that thing's already pretty insane. That's absurd. That is absolutely absurd. I cannot wait to hear more of this as we get a little bit out of town towards some more open roads. The FF, that Ferrari V12, that engine in all of its different derivatives, F12, that Ferrari FF, Lusso 812, is just one of the best ever. What a sound! What a sound! Yeah, that sounds moderately incredible. So we just had a quick lunch stop. We're now back on the road heading towards Pikes Peak, which I guess is somewhere up in this mountain range right in front of us. up towards the top. We're already at quite a high altitude where we are even now, about 7,000 foot. which is something like 2,000 meters, that kind of thing. But we're going to be ascending much, much higher.
The car sounds amazing, man. I love it.
It's not as loud as yours though when you rev that thing.
The tone is very good though. I like it.
It is. It's the Italian's finest.
Yeah.
And then the American muscle.
That'll work.
Two very, very different sounds. Can't really hear this over the sound of that. I mean, there's nothing quite like that Ferrari V12 engine, honestly. I mean, completely different, right? These two cars, completely different. But I'm quickly missing my FF and Lasso right now. I think it's like Ferrari V12 needs to happen again. We've turned off the main road then, and I think we are now at the bottom of the ascent up towards, well, the Pikes Peak highway. This is perhaps even the very start of it. We've got 156 corners ahead of us. Yeah, literally, Pikes Peak highway. I'm not sure exactly where we are in connection to where the race to the clouds itself begins. It's actually a surprisingly warm day down here, about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 degrees Celsius or so. Obviously snow melting away, so I don't know exactly how this is going to go. My first time ever coming here, and obviously a very famous road, a very consistent gradient up. We're climbing very, very, very quickly at the moment, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what's up ahead of us. We're at the toll gate then, Pikes Peak, America's Mountain. Quite a nice toll booth as they go. Basically, I think you have to pay a little bit of money to be able to drive up, and then this is into the fun stuff. There's something that feels a little bit wrong then about driving up surrounded by snow on Sport Cup 2 tyres, which have now had a bit of a workout on this trip and aren't going to last forever. But this road is just beautiful. We're already at about 2,500 meters of altitude. Obviously, at this kind of altitude, you get significantly less power from your cars than you would down there in the bottom of the valley. What a view! All meanwhile, this is just stunning. This is just absolutely magical as we work our way up. Unfortunately, we're tightly controlled speed limits on this road, so we can't absolutely floor it, but nonetheless. I love that shift. Crack, I don't know how to describe that noise as we make our way up. The sound of these two up here can probably be heard from the summit as we're coming. And I mean, this is obviously without driving aggressively in any stretch of the imagination. And believe me, all I want to do right now is to put my foot down and do a lot of that. But the kind of rules of Pikes Peak say otherwise. I suppose when you have these two cars together, you can still have a blast in terms of a lot of sound without driving very quickly. And I'm learning a lot more about the snaps from first gear to second gear of this car when you upshift and you get that snap back, whereas that thing just screams. The noise is absolutely absurd when it's a small first gear acceleration. With all of the twists and turns up here, it probably would come as no surprise that I would love to be driving this like we were doing the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb race, because the tarmac is beautiful, and look at these views. Look at this. We're not too far from the summit now. And this scenery is just out of this world. What an incredible place. Honestly, take a look over to the side. This is just magical. Wow, absolutely breathtaking. I mean, we're so high up that when I took kind of my Cayman GT4 to the Col de la Bonnette in France, that was, I think, 2,700 meters, and this is going to be 4,300 on clear tarmac on a beautiful day. Could it get any crazier? The funny thing is, I've been so distracted by the scenery, I didn't even notice that we've just gone through 4,000 miles now, driving up Pikes Peak. I'd say that's a pretty cool place to have driven this car through the 4,000 mile threshold. We're not too far now though, I think up towards the summit, maybe another mile or so, but you never know. You go around a corner and then it just seems to get ever higher. But looking down at the valleys over in that direction, this is just absolutely crazy. Then we have the last hairpin of the ascent to the summit, and I think this is pretty much where things culminate and come to an end on this left-hander up at the top with this truly unbelievable view. As views go, they don't really get better than that. Stradman would call them views on views, and he would not be wrong, because this is out of this world. And we're literally, yeah, this little, I think, loop that they have up top, marking the very summit of the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, which is currently a bit of a construction site because they're building things up here, so bad time to come visit, I guess. But we'll enter the car park. We're at the top, and we'll go have a quick look around at this amazing place. Well, we made it, and as you'd probably expect, it is freezing cold up here. We're looking down about 7,000 feet into the valley over in that direction. The views are just out of this world, totally extraordinary, looking down the snow-capped peaks over in that direction, the lower lands of Colorado that way. Oh, just short of breath because we are at quite an altitude. The journey back down is very much a leisurely cruise through the snow and the trees, back down towards the base of Pikes Peak. Taking a few photos and stops along the way. This place is just magnificent. Hopped out of the GT500. It is time to join Aaron in the FF. So let me come through here where we've got lots of snow. How's it going?
Good.
Oh, doors are locked. Thank you. That was fun. What a place. Spectacular scenery.
Yeah.
Familiar. So familiar. Ferrari FF. Thank you, seatbelt arm, that handed that out to me. Very
Safety
kind.
first. We're good.
Yeah, get that on. All right.
Ready?
Yeah, I get to hear what this sounds like from the inside. GT500 in tow. Okay, that already just sounds silly.
Oh yeah.
Sounds absolute. Okay, it sounds louder when you're inside the car than it does from outside.
Especially in like first and second gear. It's ridiculous.
This is massively unnecessary.
That's for sure.
I mean, I knew it was loud, but when I was in the GT500, I didn't know it was that loud. What is this sound? This is madness.
Does it make you miss your own a little bit or no?
This hugely makes me, I'm just going to close my window for a second, this hugely makes me miss having a Ferrari with a V12 in it, because this is just absurd. This is so good.
They did a really good job when they put on the straight pipes. It was Voodoo Engineering, I think it was. It was awesome. They killed it.
And for some reason, I sold having an engine like this in my garage for an EV. I went for
And I know you love that so much by comparison.
well, it's just a different driving experience. I would love to get an 812. The 812 is and I make no secret of this.
Those are incredible.
Yeah, an 812 GTS would be the dream. Wow. What a place. Thank you for bringing us out here.
Yeah, of course.
And I've just got to say, by the way, thank you for cheekily getting my toll ticket as well, just before we went up.
I'm very sneaky about it.
You paid up front for me before I went through, which is very kind of you.
Yeah, of course. You're guests here in Colorado, we gotta make it worthwhile.
Wow, awesome. Thank you for the hospitality.
Of
So
course.
cool. That is ridiculous. And hey, this is the same color as the GT500. I just realized.
A little bigger, yeah.
A little bigger. GT500 is in the mirrors. That sound, it's just like old school F1 V12 era.
I love it.
Madness.
Especially compared to the McLaren, which even straight pipe is super quiet by comparison.
Yeah. This is just in a different league. That's insane. It's just silly, this car. It's just absolutely silly. What a sound.
And I have a four-seater too, which is my favorite
Yeah,
part.
true. Let's not forget, you can do that with 4 people in comfort. I'd forgotten how the roof was on the FF with the stitching shape like that, because the Lusso has the large panoramic roof.
Yes, Yeah, they're like 20 grand, aren't they?
Yeah, big, expensive option.
Crazy.
Pricey option, but it's a very nice thing to have on it. This style I always quite liked on the FF.
Same here.
That's a little bit out of date, but I mean, this car came out in 2011.
Yeah,
First one was 2011. But hey, in the future, all we're going to care about is this. What's in here? The front mid-engined NA V12, which sounds like that. Check this out. All the way up there, behind the bikes, where you just can't quite see at the moment, is a Lamborghini Gallardo. The original Gallardo. Pre-facelift, not an LP. That's cool, in grey. It's a friend of yours.
Yeah.
Satin grey. Cool.
Hey, buddy.
Nice. Sounds good, that V10. Not quite as good as this though.
A little bit different.
A little bit different. So now we've got like three. I was gonna say supercar. That's a supercar. This is a supercar. The GT500. It's the most powerful of the three, but it's not quite a supercar.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is the stock horsepower on that?
Stock is 760. We dynoed mine at Hennessy and it's 780.
Holy cow.
780 horsepower, right, in a Mustang.
That's nuts.
It's heavy, but it's a lot of power. We are rolling back into the garage. Nice tight fit alongside the Raptor, which is of course gigantic, but you got that down to a fine art.
Very snug.
And we have the McLaren. The way you have the wing, it's the Vorsteiner wing, right, at the back of the McLaren.
Yep.
It's just mad. Oh, okay, are we going to take a quick listen?
Yeah.
Am I going to run around to the back quickly?
Sure.
Before my ears get blasted off. All right. Let's hear it. What? I'm looking around like, is anybody going to be calling the police? Because that is ridiculous. That's painful.
I think a little bit.
Straight pipe FF. The cars are parked back up then, where we began with the cold starts earlier on today, and a fun thing that's similar about the designs that I have on the GT500 and Aaron has on the FF is that we've both got a black stripe with a coloured contrast pinstripe to match with the brake calipers. In this case on the yellow, on the GT500, the red pinstripe to match with the red calipers. But this car has gone through 4,000 miles today. We've got a big stretch ahead of us as well though, as we continue on the Where's Shmee US Edition Tour from here onwards towards the west. In the meantime though, we will leave all of the cars here in the garage, the 570 as well, still back there, because we need to go inside and have a look at the Life of Palos film studio. First thing we got to do back here then is get the whole studio set up and running. This is quite fun for me as well, to be where all of your stuff is filmed.
It's a little
Having
weird,
watched so many videos. It is a little bit weird. I mean, I'm sure it's the same with people who come and visit kind of my garage where my stuff is all videoed. But your neon signs, your Mortal Kombat machine, your P1 graphic design, your original AMG GTS that you had as well.
It looks a little bit different for sure. I think a lot of people think it looks a lot bigger on film, but it's kind of a tiny little corner.
Yeah, but this is the setup. Your 100k plaque.
Yeah.
Maybe one day to be joined by a million plaque.
I hope so. Someday.
You never know.
Keep grinding out videos.
I'm sure you will if you keep going. A massive roll at the moment.
Yeah, gosh.
Maybe
not compared to your run.
Well, this is cool. So I had better leave you be because you need to shoot one of your daily uploads.
I want to make you do the intro, dude.
Maybe that's exactly what I got to do. But for now, guys, for my video, if you're not already following Aaron for all of the latest news about the entire automotive world from the most trusted beard.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Please do go check out his page. That was really fun, though. Your car sounds insane. And I guess one day I'm going to have to add another Ferrari V12 to the garage.
I like it. I'm going to report on that. You said it. It's real.
Yeah, I did say it. I have said that in the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you again very soon. Cheers.